the 10 best proteins for weight loss and how much protein you should be eating. So Mom, you don't like this question. Why don't you like this question?
I think at the end of the day, it's about like being hungry and full. Okay. I'm hungry and I need to get full.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like hunger's gonna hit you 6 times a day, maybe more, hopefully not more. But hunger's gonna hit you, just like the sun rises and the sun sets, like hunger's gonna come. You can't avoid it, it's there, it's a human need. It's part of our survival, right? So why not just thrive instead of survive?
We noticed that 85.8% of you guys are not subscribed. So what are you doing? We give you guys free weight loss advice. And to the 14.2% that are subscribed, you guys are doing something right here. So thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it. But seriously, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below.
So I think that's like the fundamental question for humans. I'm hungry. How am I going to get my hunger met? This question of like, oh, what kind of protein? It's like, if you don't eat protein, you can't really build muscle. You can't build healthy cells. You will probably feel hungry a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And so I think our body makes protein. We are protein making machines, which I think people forget. And we basically need to complete the proteins. There's essential and non-essential amino acids, and that's protein. We make the ones we need, and they're non-essential, and then we need to get the essential ones from our diet. Like speaking from my master's and bachelor's degree in nutrition, like speaking from the intellectual perspective about protein, but I feel like the conversation is so polarized. It's like, well, I've got to get X amount of grams per day, and I think that that's helpful. But whether you're getting bariatric surgery, or you're on Ozempic, or you're trying to lose weight, or you're just like an average human or a mom, especially who wants their kids to grow up healthy, you need to be thinking about protein and what quality protein you can get in your body and what quality protein you can afford. Because let's face it, quality protein is expensive.
So specifically for weight loss, what is the calculation to know how much protein you should eat for your body?
All right, so like the RDA says, the recommended dietary allowance says that you need, like in order to avoid deficiency or malnourishment, you need at least 0.8 grams per kilogram. So if you want to find out how many kilograms you are, you take pounds in the United States, you take how many pounds you are and you divide it by 2.2, and then you've got your kilograms. And then you would multiply that by 0.8. And that's your answer. That's how many grams you need per day. So if you weigh 100 pounds, it's this much. Or sorry, if you weigh 100 kilos, it's this much. If you weigh 50 kilos, it's that much. We could do the calculation. I don't have it memorized. But so like for weight loss though, it's almost double that. Like if you're a guy, you want to be like eating like 1.6 per kilogram. If you're a woman, like around 1.2. But it really matters based on like your age, your activity level, and your body composition. So younger people might want to have a little more. Older people might want to have a little more. You know, so like you just have to see, like if you're really active, you might need more. So you just have to kind of, it's a range, 1.2 to 1.8 grams per kilogram. So again, you multiply it by 2.2 and then, you divide it by 2.2 and then you multiply it by what you choose in terms of your recommended daily allowance based on weight loss. And I think that something we covered in a previous video was like, you've got like what you need to lose weight and then you've got what you need to maintain weight. Because sometimes what my clients have done in the past to lose the weight doesn't work as well for them to maintain the weight because they're losing like vitality and beauty and glow because they're like overdoing the protein. And that's something that we find, like it makes there's some effects, we've talked about this in other videos, that can, like you lose maybe some lackluster, potentially. So some of the ones that we love, which we could talk about, but I mean, like, so you see what I mean? It got intellectual really fast, right? And it's kind of like
you though. You always do that.
What?
Get intellectual really fast.
No, but we're talking about protein and like how much you need, and so it's a calculation, right? So like, but do we count how many grams of protein we're eating per day? No, we never do.
Well, we try to get protein in every meal and fiber.
Right,
Yeah,
but it's more about
a rule of thumb.
But it's more about like I don't want to get hungry because I got a life to live.
Yeah, exactly. I heard someone say something the other day. They said being hungry is not a fun feeling.
I get hangry. I don't know about you, but I'm not pleasant to be around.
And I thought, that's really correct.
That was so good. Because really, we can get so heady about how many grams of protein we need per day, but at the end of the day, it's just about getting your hunger
the
met.
whole video is
and
not
doing
about
it intelligently.
The whole video is not about how much protein. So now I'm gonna get really awesome with you guys. Because guess what?
Always awesome.
Thank you, Mom. Love you. So, you guys, before I jump into my favorite sources of protein and how delicious and amazing and filling they are, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you're going to eat meat, if you're going to eat protein, it should be grass-fed, grass-finished. I feel like a broken record, kosher, soy-free, corn-free, non-GMO, organic, regeneratively raised, pasture-raised. Now, if you can't afford that, try to go one step and just find things that are organic or just find things that are grass-fed. It will be better than the hormone-injected, antibiotic, RBST-treated, lactose-free.
Quality matters. Yeah.
You guys, we made a video recently on factory farming and like just the dangers of eating meat that like you guys don't know about if you're not sourcing properly. And we even just made a video about where to get some of great quality sourced meats if you're located in California.
And if you want to keep eating meat, you might have to rearrange your finances. But I don't eat meat, so I have a whole thing I can share with you after she finishes.
But a doctor recently said that if you can spend $15 a day on your food, you could probably be okay eating meat. So, you know, it depends on your budget, all the things like that. But I'm going to tell you guys some of my favorites that Mom has really helped me learn about. So my favorite one right now is venison because you can have an entire pack of venison for under 500 calories. That's insane.
That's impressive.
That's insane. That's amazing. And it has 26 grams of protein per serving. One medallion is 140 calories with 26 grams of protein. I'm amazed by force of nature.
She is counting. I didn't know she was counting.
I'm not calculating all day long, but when I see a serving size on something I'm eating, I'll definitely be like, okay, that's cool to know. Just to know. Like, I like to know. I think it's cool to know.
I think it's important to know. I think it's essential to know.
Non-fat cottage cheese, non-fat Greek yogurt. Organic, of course. Those are great sources of protein. Those are really great to bake with, too, if you love to bake foods. I love...
You've lost so much weight eating Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt with lemon and stevia and vanilla.
And in case you didn't know, Penelope's lost 155 pounds.
No loose skin.
Combined, we've lost 255 pounds. We're mother-daughter.
With no loose skin.
Love this girl.
And then eggs, chicken, and raw milk. Those are my favorites. I can't make you drink raw milk. I can't tell you to drink raw milk legally, but
it's illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah, you should always make sure it's grass-fed. Don't drink raw milk if it's not really well sourced.
The bottom line is like know your sources and try new things and try to always be stepping up your protein choices. And we have an amazing program that teaches you all about this, even lays it out in a beautiful PDF. We have videos, education. It's us in person, text support, in-person live coaching, like amazing. I mean, in-person virtual, but like we're live. It's not like a bot, it's us. And so you can join for just $47 a month. It's just an incredible value. And we teach you things you're gonna take with you for the rest of your life because maybe you don't wanna eat meat like me. It makes me feel kind of sick. I don't really like the way I feel when I eat it. So I eat a lot of microgreens. Like I just had a microgreen smoothie and I'm so full. I'm like, how could I be this full from just drinking microgreens? So that's been one of my top protein sources. Like we talk about macros, you know, it's not very macro. In terms of gram per gram, it's not going to give you the same breakdown like a venison will. But it has a different type of nutrient density. And I just feel great when I eat them. And I think once you start to clear your pathways, you detoxify and you're keeping the weight off, you start thinking more about like how to get the phytonutrients in that are going to heal your cells and keep you young. And keep your hormones balanced and give you the energy that you want because you don't want to be burdened by like a lot of digestion. Whereas when you're losing the weight, you just want to stay full and you're not thinking about that as much necessarily. It depends on what age you are and how long you've been doing this thing. But I love microgreens. I also really love tempeh from time to time. I eat a lot of deep colored greens as well. I think they have absorbable protein in them if you cook them properly. I also do eat legumes from time to time. I eat a lot of split lentils, sprouted lentils, things like that. So those are very high quality protein. So those are some of my favorites. But, you know, I definitely don't eat as much protein gram per gram as Penelope does, for example. And maybe I should, frankly. I don't know. But I seem to be doing okay. My blood work all seems to be okay. My energy level seems to be okay. I'm able to lose weight, keep it off. And I can work out a lot. So I feel strong and good. I don't know. Penelope might have some judgments about it, but that's what's what for me.
All right. Well, if you want to lose weight before the new year and you want to have access to Mom and I and learn from us how we lost weight without any loose skin, how we keep it off, then you should really join our Women's Accountability Group. Mom and I are live in the chat every day with all these ladies that are losing weight every week and they're keeping it off and they keep losing. It's incredible. It's amazing if you're a binge eater. I used to be a binge eater. This is totally for you. All these things, you know, you can get access to it.
We want to break the chain of addiction. We want to break the chain that's keeping you in bondage. And we're really skilled in doing it. We're loving, we're honest and direct. So please comment down below what your favorite protein source is. I'm curious. I'd like to know. And I'd also like to answer any questions you have about this video or protein in general. I love the comments, so please comment below. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe. We love seeing you guys subscribe. It makes us feel like we're like creating a family.
And click the link in the description if you want to join our program.
We'll see you all the time.
We help women beat obesity with our Step It Up system without relying on drugs like Ozempic within 90 days. Click the link in the description to learn how to lose weight without drugs like Ozempic.